If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Pretty, 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 pretty morning wood. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you and I need you, morning wood.
Rise and shine. Happy Devil's Friday. This is The Morning Woo, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker. Undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. On this beautiful December 26, 2025, 83 days, or shall I say 83 straight days of the Morning Woo. Yeah, wanting to make it to 90 and beyond. I see Pod Legend, good morning all. I see Metalllander in the YouTube Live. I see nobody in the Instagram Live, but that's okay. They're a sleepy bunch. Very sleepy bunch on this Happy Devil's Friday. Mrs. Wu is at work today. I got the whole bunker to myself. I got the whole house to myself. My nephew's coming over because we're going to the Penn State Clemson game, the Pinstripe Bowl game. Don't know how we're going to get there with the storm coming in. Saying that's the biggest storm in the last 3 years in the tri-state area. It's going to hit us hard. It's only like, what, 4 to 6? 5 to 8 inches? 10 inches? That's nothing. Driving in snow is nothing. If you got the proper tires, you got a four-wheel drive vehicle, you got a Jeep, it's nothing. It's just you got to watch out for the idiots called Pennsylvania drivers and New York drivers that don't know how to drive in the snow. And the tractor trailers, the occasional CDL-A driver that doesn't know how to drive. Other than that, it's not that bad. It's black ice that I fear. Ice, I fear. See, Tom says, morning woo to you all. Yeah, and then after the Pinstripe Bowl game, after Penn State beats Clemson, we're going down to The Rock, watching Devils Caps game day live at Devils After Dark at American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center. Going to be fun. NY Davey, morning, Sam. Well, good morning to you, NY Davey. Yeah, the whoop-dee will be fine in the snow. Oh, yeah. The Woo Jeep 1, the mobile command center will be with me just in case we can't get to the Bronx to Newark after the Pinstripe Bowl game. In case there's something happens, like GWB is closed down or whatever. Probably not. But you never know. You never know. Get to see the last of New York City when I go there. And then we'll head to the Prudential Center. Devils Caps. Have you seen the ticket prices? Holy crap. Ticket prices just suddenly went up on some of the sites. I frequent TickPick, one of my favorite sites to get tickets. Ticketmaster. I try to avoid Ticketmaster, but usually it transfers to Ticketmaster account. I've changed that password so many times. I hate it when they make you change the password, then I forget. So now I'm now I've used a derogatory thing things in my password to kind of remember it. So, I mean, actually, I think I one time put Ticketmaster sucks and it rejected it. So, anyway. But the New Jersey Devils right now really have no excuses because they're now well rested. They've got pretty much everybody back. They've got a cap issue with Kovacevic, but that's for Tom Fitzgerald to figure out. But right now, Jacob Markstrom is playing much better. Needs to do better. Needs to stop overdoing it, like playing the puck when he doesn't really need to. Stay in his own lane and simplify his game. Jacob Markstrom is effective. Jake the Snake Allen has been decent. But the Devils right now pretty much have all their players back. And this is the time to go on a run. Because the next stretch to the Olympic break, those points are even more crucial than the first third of the season. Because a lot of things can happen. Let me give you some made-up scenarios. You got trade deadline after the Olympic break. So you're going to think that trades are going to be made a little bit earlier this season. Just kind of like what happened last season with the Four Nations tournament. You're going to have players resting during the break. So it's going to be a big reset. Majority of the players are going to have a big reset because of the Olympic break. You got your superstars out there playing in the Olympic break. Now is the time to get the points, especially during this condensed schedule. Now is the time to get the points and start patting on points because you're going to need those points in March and April. Also, if the Devils don't make any gains in the standings or they falter, that changes the algorithm of what Tom Fitzgerald's going to do by trade deadline. If Tom Fitzgerald makes it to the trade deadline, because you got to think that the Devils are sub 500. Sub 500. Well, let's say sub NHL 500. The heat's going to be on, especially with the cap issue looming. So the Devils should be all in right now for the next month and a half, 2 months, gaining points. And it starts on Saturday against the Washington Capitals Metropolitan Division game, a 4-point game. Devils need to get solid wins here. They got pretty much the team back. With the exception of Shimon Nemec, who I would expect to be back in the next couple weeks. Brett Pesce's back. And defensively, or at least the goals against average-wise, the Devils have held their own. It's scoring is the problem. You can't be just scoring 1 goal per game and expect to win games. It just doesn't work like that. Devils need some offense. They need to generate offense. And they need to get back to basics. They need to pay the price in the slot area. Drive hard to the net. Speed kills. North-south. Breakout passes to your speedy wingers. Up along the boards. Generate that speed, momentum. The zone entry into the offensive zone. And no hesitation shots. And I'd even say, let's stop with the fancy schmancy east-west passing for a little bit and just put the puck on net. You're holding the stick too tight. Don't think, just do. Or should I say, don't think, just shoot. But if you're going to play like that, you got to go hard to the net, get the rebounds. Otherwise, the puck's going to go the other way. And then you're back on your heels defensively. Years of John says scoring has been an issue for the past 5 years, with the exception of 1 year, 2022-23 season. I mean, that was an aggressive bunch. They just use their speed. If you remember that season, they used their speed. There wasn't much grit on that team, but they used a lot of speed and just buzzed around the net. Robert Isaacson says someone posted on Twitter X over the calendar year the Devils the team was 32nd out of 32nd on 5-on-5 scoring. That's not good. That's not good. And it's surprising because the Devils can skate with pretty much any team in the NHL. That's very surprising. And it's not surprising that they're dead last, if that statistic is true, because I just think that they're overthinking on offense. Too many passes. I mean, I get it. The goalie's got the angles cut off. You can't see the back of the net, but you know what? Put the puck on the goalie and go harder than net, and have your teammates go harder than net and get that rebound. It's just like basketball. Not every shot's going to fall in. But you know what? You get the rebounding and get an easy bucket, or in this case, an easy goal. It's not that hard. I mean, you look at the Devils. I mean, they are a highly skilled, highly intelligent team. I think that's part of the problem. They got to dumb it down a little bit and just brute force, just put the puck on net. I can't tell you how simple it is. I feel like a broken record here. Dubs is like, we have to get out of our own end to score goals. They get hemmed in their own way too often. This team has no sustained O-time zone at all. 32nd in the NHL and 5-on-5. Brutal. Yeah, I mean, again, your offense starts with the outlet pass. I mean, I can make an argument that Jacob Markstrom does better outlet passes than our defense at times, which is why he probably went out and tried to get that puck. Jacob Markstrom, he's gotten a few assists where he caught the defense, the opposition on a line change or whatever. I mean, he does know how to move that puck. I just want him to just focus on making saves right now. But, the Devils blue line, they got to get better, crisper passes. It doesn't have to be a long pass. Just get it out to the forward. And the zone entry, under Jack Hughes is not bad. But without Jack Hughes, it's just freaking horrible. The only one that really can carry the puck in is probably Jesper Bratt, without any difficulty. Oh my goodness! But when they shoot, they miss by a foot. The puck comes around the boards and it's out of the zone, and other teams come back on. The reason why they're missing is they're looking for that perfect shot. Again, it's, you know what? Take a little mustard off that shot if you need to. Easier said than done. But I'm telling you right now, it's accuracy over how hard you hit that puck. I mean, no one cares. No one scares other teams but Jack. Tons of skill, but too much perimeter play. Couldn't agree with you more. Gears of Dawn, John. When the rush isn't there, the Devils struggle to score ugly goals because there's no consistent net front presence. Dubs is like, you're right, Sam. That had to be in Markey's head on that one play. He was absolutely thinking he would be better, make a better initial breakout pass that Siegenthaler would have to. It's got to be in everyone's heads. Yeah. Again, I mean, during the Lindy Ruff era, Scotty and I were so critical about the home run passes that the Devils were making. I mean, I wouldn't make it every single time, but they were making it so many times and missing the mark. Let's it's kind of like in football. The quarterback, you got a young quarterback. Start off with like these simple plays where you just, you have a check down list, but then you check it down and, throw the ball to your running back as a kind of a safety, a safety pipeline. It's not that hard. But oftentimes, I think the Devils, why they're having troubles with their zone entry is they're trying to make the perfect play. Sometimes the perfect play is just to dump the puck along the boards and then fight for it, but at least get it out of the zone. And I love using the boards. The boards is your third defenseman. The boards, use that to your advantage in your defensive zone. I just don't know why the Devils don't do that. They make it more complicated when they pass up the middle. And I hate it when they pass in front of the goaltender. When there's somebody lurking. The core needs a DNA change to guys with a higher compete level. I would agree, but right now that's not a quick fix at the point right now, Meadowlander. They're plenty heavy enough. Oh my goodness, they need to consistently play more physical and use that size. Yeah, one guy that needs to use his size is Dougie Hamilton. If he doesn't have a shot anymore, you got to use that. You got to retool your game, buddy. I love you, Dougie, but you got if you're not getting the puck on net, if that pec injury is really affecting you, I would really consider just redefining your game the way Scott Stevens did in the mid-'90s, where Scott Stevens was a two-way player, an all-star caliber defenseman, but then had one focus of being that shutdown defenseman. Won him 3 Stanley Cups. Keep that in mind. Robert Isaacson says, yeah, definitely have too many nice guys. Well, see, that's the problem. And I actually have tape, me and Scotty and Beer Baron and Shorts Guy debating about that, because I remember that quote that Tom Fitzgerald said, we don't want any a-holes or something like that, or D-heads on this team. I was the only one that said, no, I want some D-heads. I want some a-holes on this team. Because sometimes friction is the lubrication of getting to where you need to be. Sometimes you need guys to call people out. Haven't I talked about accountability with this freaking team? It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts as a podcaster that I have to lay out some of the basic things that they need to be calling each other out for, which they don't. There's no accountability. When you don't have any accountability, how are you supposed to move the needle to win a Stanley Cup? You're going to have to make people mad in the process. If I were Tom Fitzgerald, I think he's just too patient. When David Blitzer says, oh, be patient, be patient. I made a t-shirt about be patient as a joke. You got to be impatient. You got to be impatient. You don't have that much time with this core. You only have a certain window, and that window is closing a lot faster than we anticipated because this team is not that good. You have to be impatient. You have to have guys in the locker room that are D-heads or a-holes or whatever you want to call them. Remember Claude Lemieux? He was one of the biggest ones. He was a pain in the ass, but it worked. It worked. Too many nice guys. I couldn't agree with you more. I like every single Devil. I really do. I even like Palat. They're all nice guys. But you know what? The old saying, nice guys finish last. Never forget that quote. Especially when I was a young buck dating. Young guys finish last? That's not fair. I'm a nice guy. Yeah. Why don't you be a bad boy? We need somebody to ruffle feathers. I would like to see this team uncomfortable because they should be uncomfortable because they should be in first place right now with the amount of talent on this team. Tom says, Brad Marchand, Tom Wilson, Brady and Matthew Tkachuk. You got it. Happy Devil's Friday to you, Maria. Too many nice guys. Too many nice guys on this team. I want guys, I want at least some of these guys to be just jerks. Not only to themselves, be equal opportunity a-holes. Not only the a-holes to the other team, but a-holes to each other. Hold each other accountable. It's okay to be uncomfortable because whenever you're uncomfortable, it means you're growing. You're growing as a player. But right now, the status quo is not good enough. Not good enough. They got to start blocking more shots. They gotta play well defensively, physically, have a net front presence on both ends of the ice. And most importantly, don't overthink it. Just go out there and play some Devils hockey the way it should be played. Roman says, I want to trade as bad as anyone, but I just don't see how we do it with 14, 15 no movement clauses. Well, I just talked about, them all being nice guys. The one guy that should not be nice right now is Tom Fitzgerald. He shouldn't be nice right now because the team, they're not getting the results. He should be annoying the hell out of them where they'll waive their no trade clauses. Again, sometimes friction is the lubrication to where you need to be. I don't know where I got that quote from, but it sounded good. Yeah. Robert Isaac, I hope Luke asked Quinn how to get a shot through from the point during Christmas dinner. Yeah, I sure hope so. Does Fitz have a no movement clause? I don't know. But he should be on the hot seat. I love accountability. If I was an NHL player, I would love that. I would love to have the gun held to my head and the pressure. That's why you play the game. Once you learn how to deal with the pressure, when you get to a Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals, you're down 1 goal, your goalie's on the bench, extra skater, that's where the pressure's on. If you're battle tested, you know how to get through that. Bring it on. This team needs toughness. Said it all along. Needs toughness. They need to get mean. They need to get lean. And they need to be a fighting machine. That's what builds championship teams. I mean, I love this team. I think they're all a bunch of nice guys. I really do. And the charismatic, all that stuff. Devil social media, they hype these guys up. But at the end of the day, when you're in a brutal playoff series, I don't want nice guys. I want guys that are a-holes and dickheads, essentially. There, I said it. I'm trying to keep it family friendly, but there I said it. They gotta play like a bunch of alpha dogs. All right, well, that's all for now. I gotta do a lot today. Might have a woo report maybe tonight. I'm not sure. Definitely morning woo before my trip to Yankee Stadium tomorrow. Penn State versus Clemson, the Pinstripe Bowl game. Gerzo John says, I feel like at the time Fitz moves made sense, but looking back at now, it was terrible. Gave up Zaka too early. We got rid of secondary scoring. Boquist, Sharangovich, Zetterlin. We need a player like Scott Stevens. Yeah, they're hard to come by the way, Jim Norton. Blitzers won't do anything this year if you make playoffs. They're content with the front office for a while. I want them to get addicted to playoff money. Because if they're addicted to playoff money, guess what? Hopefully we have a team that actually makes it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. So we'll do the ceremonial sip. By the way, if you haven't signed up yet, the Woo Bus 1 road trip, Danielle McCartan at WFAN is organizing a trip through her new company where take fans to on the road, provide the bus, food, also the ticket. There's an open bar on this trip on January 6th, Devils versus Islanders, or at the Islanders on Long Island. For more information about this trip, we've already got people signed up, listeners of this podcast. Sign up on the bus. For more information, email me at sam@letsgodevils.com. I'll be on this trip. It's going to be a great trip. Doing the podcast on the bus. You get your ticket. Open bar, food. I'll have an eating contest with you all on the food. Watch the Devils beat the Islanders. Well, at least we hope they would. It'd be a great night. Sign up. For more information, email me at sam@letsgodevils.com. For the ceremonial sip, I got my unsweetened iced tea. I got lazy. I got my coffee cup somewhere. But I salute you, the Devils fans. I hope you had a good holiday. But it's time to get back to business. Let's get mean. Let's get lean. And let's be a fighting machine. I drink to that. All right, getting out of here. Till next time. This is the Morning Woo. Let's go Devils.
For you. Oh, morning, my morning woo. Oh, well, I love you. Woo. Yes, I love you. Morning woo. Morning woo. Morning woo. Pretty, 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 pretty morning woo. Oh, morning, my morning woo. Oh, well, I love you, woo, and I need you, morning woo. I love